welcome to episode 6 of Two Manager Project Extra, where we go over the end of season 3 for Halesowen, who of course finished champions. If we take a look at the season review, as you already know, it went right up to the last game, and we had a storming 4-0 performance, which was just out of this world, so that was a great way to finish. In terms of the season review, few will have tipped Halesowen to be able to mount a title challenge heading into the season, but the Yelts confounded expectation by finishing top of the pile as champions. It was a season of jubilant success for the Yelts, who got off to a tremendous start in August that propelled them into first place, providing them with the platform to exceed expectations and win the competition. Well, I mean, if you look at the league positions, we were in and around all season. We were 8th at the worst point, and from that point onwards, we didn't go lower than 4th by the looks of things. But, yeah, I'll not lie to you. Towards the end of the season there, I did wonder if it was going to happen, because we dominated for a while, and, you know, when you start dropping points and Leiston weren't, it's not great. So, match of the season was the Halesowen 4-0 victory against Leiston, which, final game of the season, as we talked about. Yep, James Roberts scored 2, got the man of the match, and poor old Hooper, though he got injured, managed to get one. And, of course, Mr. Law as well. The worst moment, though, was the 2-1 defeat against Bedworth. That was back in November, maybe? No, October, sorry. Well, oh my good God, look at all those bookings. 6 bookings and 1 that became a red card for Mr. Finch. Naughty, 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 naughty. That's terrible. Average attendance 560, 17% full, that's pretty good. And we used 28 players in total, which, that's not bad. That's a decent, it's joint 10th highest, but it's a decent rotation, I would say, given how big the squad was. So we'll take a quick look at the conference review. To summarise, the board are delighted with the leadership qualities you were demonstrating. 75% very secure in terms of my job. And the major highlight, of course, was winning the Southern League Premier. Major criticism, they are aware of some of the fans are disappointed with the performances of Down Demkiv. I'm not. I thought he was doing alright, to be honest with you, but fair enough. I like to rotate him around a bit. But so competitions-wise, clearly very happy. Club stature, that's an improvement. Club philosophy is 75%. Well, it's the attacking football they wanted, which towards the end there we couldn't really play. Successfully, at least. Dressing room atmosphere, they're not overly happy about that. We'll be looking at the dynamics in a bit and see why. Club finances, they're happy now, but that's only because we got promoted. As I said at the start of the season, had we not achieved this, I wouldn't get a new wage budget, and I might be getting a sack, because we are so poor. Matches, 45%. That surprises me considering we won, but I guess they're more upset by the horrible losses than the big wins. And they are 58% happy with the transfers, and they're more happy than Bassett are, at least with the tactics, so that's good news. Okay, let's take a look at the Halesowen best 11 for the season. Up front is Mr. Law. 6.91 average, got 14 goals, so that's not too bad. And then we've got Hooper, who managed 10 goals in 36 games. Just all of these guys just shy of the 7.0 there. Eaton Collins, another one. 6.98, 7 goals, 38 appearances. Demkiv, whom apparently the fans think aren't playing well, but I don't know. 6.86, maybe not well enough. Augustian, no surprises there, 7.02. And Mr. Finch, of course, also no surprises. Sorry, 7.02 for Augustian, 7.12 for Mr. Finch. 46 games, 7 goals. That's a lot of games. I think he played in all of the games pretty much. I don't think he missed one. So behind him we have Mr. Straker, just under the 7, 6.8, we'll call it 6.85. 6.84, sorry. 30 games, 1 goal. Again, he was a new signing. He did alright. He's the first wing back we've had, and of course George Alfieri, who did better than him, is not a wing back and didn't really like playing wing back apparently, but he did fabulously. Can't fault him at all. Beckett, of course, we know about because he was here last season on loan, and then we signed him at the start of the season, and he's been great. Can't fault him at all. And Mr. Sargent, who also was a new signing. I can't remember if he was on loan or not, or if we just signed him. Yeah, we just signed him at the tail end of last season. And yeah, he's been pretty solid for us. Again, just shy of the 7 mark. And in goal, of course, Harrison Folks is showing up as the first choice. I have to say, though, we also have... Where are we? We'll go look at these properly. Sam French, who also didn't do bad when called upon. So it's going to make things interesting next season, I think. If we look now at the overall best 11, Ebanks Blake still sticks up there, the best striker they've ever had. And where is he now? He's at Witton. Where are Witton? Northern Premier League, Premier Division. Well, I'd say we'd bring him back, but at 35, I mean, look at those. He's got good technical skills and good mental skills and absolutely no physicals. But look at that. It's not surprising he's still up there. I mean, he didn't have a great season, I guess, but I don't think he's Vanarama level now, bless him. I'm going to scout him just for the heck of it, but I don't think he's coming back. But he's still there. And, of course, the 4-4-2 is still there, apparently. Jason Law, he's in there. Hooper, of course, Augustian, Finch, Gilpin. He was there. He's at, sorry, where is he at? Mersham. So, yeah, he was there, I think, before I got there, or left before I took over. And he's still doing well with whomever he's with. Mersham, Isthmian Premier. So yeah, but he still stands up as our best right winger, which, fair enough, we don't play right wingers anymore. At the back, Alfieri made it in, Beckett, Sargent, of course, and Kelly. Kelly had a really good season, no question about it. I haven't yet played him in any other position than left back, but he did get a bit fed up because he wasn't always first choice. I've been trying to rotate that position just a wee bit. So yeah, wow, things have changed quite a bit really since the first. That was the first season, 4-4-2. I already went through this of who's who. Then he went to this formation during just before I arrived, because it certainly didn't finish like that I remember anyway. So I see Kelly and Tonks playing as wing backs, eh? Interesting. And then of course this season. But they're still showing the overall as 4-4-2. Oh well. If we take a look now at the end of season awards for Halesowen. Callum Beckett is the fans player of the season. Not too surprising, 41% of them. With Jack Finch in second and Kenny Augustian in third. Thought Finch would do higher. I know he was quite popular last season. Goal of the season is Jamie Eaton Collins against Malden and Tiptree. Let's take a look. Righty. Halesowen out to Hooper. Hooper to Eaton Collins, who goes on a run. And that's well outside the box. Nice low shot. Picks his spot. Boom. Well done, mate. Okay, signing of the season, Callum Beckett. And young player of the season, Callum Beckett. There you go. We got all of the awards. Okay, if we take a quick look at the injury report, there isn't anybody who's had anything too serious this season, which is fantastic. Hooper, I think, had 4 injuries, which meant he missed, 9% of the season. The worst being 4 weeks, but what's he got at the moment? He's out for 2 weeks now. Is he considered injury prone? No. Seems to be fine in that respect. So yeah, nothing too much to be worried about there, I don't think. So we're going to take a quick look at the dynamics. Antonio is concerned because he wants a chance in the first team, but overall dressing room atmosphere is very good. It's obviously gone up because we're going up. Team cohesion is very good. Managerial support is excellent. They're all very happy with me. And if we actually have a look at our social group here, that's pretty cohesive as a core social group. We've just got Jennings on the outside and Treadwell, both of whom are relative new signings. I mean, Jennings, well, we'll look at him later. And Treadwell, of course, very new. So yeah, on the whole, very positive. Okay, let's take a look at the squad based on positions. Well, Folks has been good this season, no question about it. But the few games that French got, he actually did quite well. So They're not too bad. 2.5 stars, though, for the Vanarama, because that's where we're going. I don't know. Again, I'm not specifically looking for a goalkeeper, because both of those would make good backup goalkeepers, there's no question. But if I get a third guy, I've got a feeling French is going to need to be loaned out. Alfieri, he's been fantastic. He's going nowhere. He might want a new contract, though. Antonio, he's been good. I think he's going to stay as a backup, though, because that's all he's been this season, and I know that he wants a chance in the first team. As it mentions here, I think also it will be influenced by who else is out there that I find. Again, we should be getting a few more players interested. Ross Marshall. Well, didn't play all the games, was a good backup, not very quick, good at heading, good at tackling, and nice and tall. Hasn't been stellar, but again, he's first team. He's first team quality. When in fact, according to that, he's first choice over Beckett, really. So, what does that tell you? Callum Beckett, we know all about. Fans player of the season, all the rest of it. He did great. He will be here next season. But we do need like a centre-half star, like a 4-star centre-half at least, I would say. And then we've got Antonio and Marshall as backup for that, because Beckett's probably going to be first choice. Lewis Knight here, I don't think he's going to be staying around. He didn't really play a lot. So we will look at that and see. Ben Middleton, also, he was signed by me, did not get the games that he was hoping for, and yeah, surplus to requirements as far as I'm concerned. Sam Tonks, probably going to keep hold of him just because he can develop a little bit further, but he didn't get many starts this season, which I think he might start getting frustrated at if he doesn't get more. Jackie Finch, of course, he's staying. That's a no-brainer. Anthony Straker, well, I think I'm going to keep him as backup. Like I say, he didn't have a bad season. And it's good to have a more experienced guy with some international experience, no less, in the squad. Obviously, he's at his limit in terms of how good he's ever going to be, so we maybe either need to look for like a young backup for him or somebody to improve upon him, but because he is borderline first team. Kelly, on the other hand, he's made a bit of an improvement and he's got 4 stars, so he will be staying. I mean, as you can see, he did better than Straker. He just doesn't like playing as a wing back, unfortunately. Well, I say he doesn't like. He's apparently not. It's apparently not his best role, we'll say. Mr. Sargent, another one of our central defenders. Again, he was pretty solid, as you can say. He played in everything, including a couple of international games for Gibraltar. Not bad overall. He's a bit slow. He's got strong leadership, which is part of why we brought him in, because we wanted some strong leadership. What's his consistency suggested as being inconsistent? It's such a shame because, again, I wouldn't mind keeping him as a backup, but I just don't feel like he's first choice anymore. He is my only cover defender, though, which, given how slow he is, isn't ideal. But, of course, he's here. Well, no, it looks like his contract's up end of the season, so yeah, I just don't think you're Vanarama quality, mate, unfortunately. Kemi Augustian, I said last season that he was probably not going to be sticking around. He proved me wrong. He played a good proportion of the season, 30-odd games. Wasn't quite as prolific, I don't think, as last season. Let's just double check. Well, you can't really call 5 goals prolific, but still. But he was solid. Again, I don't know if there's a spot for him or if we're just going to keep him as a backup really at this point. So, yeah, like I'm saying exactly the same things I said about him last year, and he's still here, so we'll see what happens. Sonny Treadwell. Of course, new signing. He's kind of he's like Finch's backup, I guess. He's had a good season. He's played quite a bit. And So he'll definitely be here. He's definitely going to say. I think he's going to want a proper contract, though. Quite possibly. James Hooper, he's going to be here. He's one of our stars. No question about it. As a winger. Could play a 4-4-2 with him in wing. See, that's the other thing I'm thinking about, of course, is what sort of formation I'm going to play in the coming season, because I know I can't be going out and playing attacking football like the board want unless I sign some really good players, because otherwise we're kind of screwed. Jamie Eaton-Collins, excuse me knocking the microphone, he had a good season, but I feel like I want somebody better up there than him. Somebody more prolific, maybe. I mean, the real issue is goal scorers. If you get stats like that when your front men are getting 20 goals a season, then you're fine. But when you're kind of one of our best goal scorers, that's not ideal. But yeah, I'd like to keep an eye out for something like that. But Demkiv, fine with how he's doing and how he's playing. Again, a lot of these guys are only going to get replaced if a superstar jumps out of woodwork. But I am very much interested in seeing what gets released in terms of like ex-Premiership youth players who we might be able to get our mitts on. Dale Jennings. Bought him, he got injured. I don't know, I don't feel like he's ever really reached his potential. He's got some good skills, but he's a bit emotionally fragile. If I yell at him, he gets upset, and he's very inconsistent. Oh, and he's apparently very injury prone too. So, sorry mate, but you're probably on your way out. Well, you're on non-contract, so let's do it while we're here. Sorry mate. Thank you for your service, but you are no longer required. Jason Law will be staying. He is our top goal scorer. I can't get rid of him at this point. I do need to think about how I'm going to play, though. I don't want to just go 4-4-2 or lose the winger, because I like having Hooper. But I don't really like a lone striker situation either, unless I've got a really good one. So I just don't know. We're going to have to see what's on the market. Josh Barnes, currently out on loan. I think he's going to stay with us, at least for the time being. Some of these players are going to get loaned out there, the younger ones. Joel Noble, my big man up front. I don't know what to say, really. I mean, he did all right at Haringey. He's not a massive goal scorer. He didn't do quite as well for us. But again, this is more about how we play than him, really. Part of me, well, I mean, he's on contract till the end of the season, but part of me thinks that he won't be staying, because again, it's not what we've got. Plus, I need to bring that wage budget down a bit. Who are on the biggest wages here? Actually, before I finish off, James Roberts. Mr. Roberts, you did all right. You had a good season. Very happy with that. So you'll be sticking around. But yeah. We do need... Let's have a look at the team report here. There is no great quality depth outside of the first team. You are not kidding, mate. Although these numbers don't look too bad apart from the wing backs that we're not playing. But we apparently have some good choices there, look. Says right wing for James Roberts. Can he play right midfield too? No, he can't. It's only right wing. Okay. Well, if we go back to the dynamics and take... no, not the dynamics, you idiot. Team report. There we go. Take a look at the squad depth. Yeah, let's go down to 2 stars. It's not awful. Feel like we need another central defender. Just kind of shows it off a bit. Maybe another right back. Finch and Treadwell looking perfect in there. Augustia needs a replacement. Treadwell will play in there. And up front here, yeah. I remember looking at this last season, it was just Jason Law, and now it's Jason Law and Mr. Noble, both of whom are not really suitable to be staying. Well, I got to keep one of them. I can't see me keeping both. It just depends on who comes up. Anyway, if you enjoyed that, please do give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more Football Manager videos. Thank you very much for watching.